Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Let's talk about the YouTube deep state. That's right, there's information out there that YouTube employees have been selling information. Imagine that. Not only do these guys screw with your account if they don't agree with you politically, but they're out there selling private information from corporations. Now, if they do it to individuals like me, by the way, what are you going to do? Am I going to sit there and sue YouTube because some idiot got offended because I said the word socialist or Marxist? No. But a corporation that has gotten their information stolen and then that employee sold it, they might have a thing or two to say because they have a legal team to deal with these kind of issues, because it can affect their business negatively, right? And let me just start off by saying that I put out a couple of videos. I have a short. I put out a old school video that got, flagged because I said the word riots back in the day, back in 2020. So that one's back up. Hopefully they won't take it down again. But this is what I'm talking about. There's a deep state in YouTube. Fringe employees who are activists. And then there's also fringe employees who are selling private information from corporations to benefit themselves. This is absolute crazy. And this came about because they sold the information for the Sony State of Play. It's exactly what happened. This is insane. You don't know why people do stupid things. You just don't know, and how much are you getting paid at YouTube that it's not enough? You need to sell company information. What these people are doing is they're watching the premieres ahead of time. They have the ability to do that. They have the ability to review videos. So it's the same idiots, right, that will flag videos that review your, counterclaims, what have you. These are the same idiots that are selling the information. They are privy to information that companies have. Now, we're talking about Sony video game company, which isn't a huge deal, in the world. But if you think they're just stopping there, you're absolutely nuts. Because part of corporate espionage is contacting these type of employees and trying to get information on what the competition is doing. Right? Maybe it doesn't matter to anybody in particular, but who could matter to? An investor that's trying to short a stock. They can make millions off this information, right? If a major company's about to announce something that's going to affect the company positively or negatively, they can make money off of that. They can buy the stock if it's positive news. They can sell the stock if it's negative news, right? All these things, information is worth money. And these idiots are out here selling Sony's information for hundreds of dollars, apparently. They're not even getting thousands. So if you look at, even the most crap job of these people working at YouTube, especially the ones in the Bay Area, they're in the 80s and up. And they're willing to risk that over what? The clout? Inside information? Because they're not making money on this. This is not, getting paid $500 or whatever it is that they got. That's in the hundreds, according to reports. It's not worth losing your job over. It is just not. And I'm sure YouTube can figure this out right away. They can see who was watching the premieres ahead of time. They can see what employees are looking at sensitive information posted by companies. Obviously, this is not a problem that HR or their HR department has emphasized too strongly, or else they wouldn't have these kind of problems. But let me tell you, if a company gets a whiff of this, and their legal team gets a whiff of this, and they can see any crack where they can sue Google, oh, they will. They absolutely will. Because they have the big bucks. that's a separate video that I need to make, because I just have to put better writing on it, guys, because I have to phrase these things in a way that YouTube won't censor the crap out of me, that won't bury it, right? But it has to do with legalities and what some of these journos are doing, some of these quote-unquote video game journalists are doing out there, and how it can affect their companies. Forget about themselves, right? I'll go into the deep end of it. But here on YouTube, this is absolutely nuts. I don't know anybody, in a regular job that's getting paid more than 80 grand that would do something like this. I don't know anybody, as far as my old neighbors, that would do anything like this. Even my neighbors, when we're talking about, in Television Amico, or if I had questions regarding generalities in companies, they were very careful on what they said, because of course they have NDAs. But not only that, they can't reveal their own company's, internal data, internal information. I mean, anybody knows that. Anybody with a salary that's worth anything knows that. It's not like you're working in a bakery, at McDonald's, or in a restaurant where you could just start, live streaming, or, doing whatever the hell, talking about how you make your recipes and crap like that. No, I mean, there's real ramifications for revealing company secrets publicly, like financial ramifications. Forget about getting fired. The company will fire, then sue the shit out of you. And this is what these people are risking. Over what? I have no idea. Over having a connection with a certain video game magazine, over having a connection with a newspaper. I can see the ones that are, selling major information for private firms, equity firms, people, investors, things like that, where guys can make millions of dollars on a trade. But just to find out what Sony's going to put out in the state of play, that's what you risk your livelihood for? That is insane. But that is the level of activism that has been promoted in this company for the longest time, because they see corporations as the enemy, right? They see capitalism as a disease upon the earth, when it's quite the opposite. It's the reason they make the money they make, but they're willing to risk it all for pennies. Why? Because of ideology. I want to see where this goes, because at some point, somebody's going to do something really stupid. You know what? And I'm going to be there to talk about it. All right, humans, I will catch you on the next one. Take care.